gentlemen, they keep killing us again. These police officers just keep killing us, y'all. This incident happened in Mesquite, Texas. 27-year-old Ashton Pink was shot and killed by Mesquite police. Now, before I read this article, here's what the police are saying: that the police that Ashton Pink carried a knife and a club. But family members, witnesses, as well as his girlfriend said the only thing he has in his hand was his walking stick that he uses every day. Let me go ahead and read this article. This comes from WFAA, News 8, ABC 8 in Dallas. It says a man was shot by police officers Tuesday morning in Mesquite. A police spokesperson said that man, identified as 27-year-old Ashton Pink of Dallas, later died. The shooting happened sometime shortly after 7:45 a.m. when officers were dispatched to a apparent domestic violence situation. And 911 hang-up call at the Audubon Park Apartments on the 5800 block of Northwest Drive. Dispatch traced the number to an address where police had responded numerous times before, according to officials on the scene. Dispatchers could hear screaming and the sound of a struggle in the background on this call before it hung up, according to the spokesperson. When officers arrived to the complex, police said they were contacted by a victim who told officers that a man was armed with a knife, according to a release from Mesquite police. Shortly after, police said they encountered a man in question, identified as Pink, at the side of the apartment building who they say then charged at officers armed with a knife and a club. According to police, Pink was shot multiple times by two officers, a male officer who is a 21-year police veteran and a female officer who is a 25-year police veteran. Neither have been identified by the department. I wonder why. When police officers shot and killed, black victims, they always identify who those officers were, right? In this case, they didn't identify neither one of them. What are they feared that they receiving death threats, or they try to protect police officers from getting hurt? Interesting. Let's continue this article. It says Mesquite police said officers rendered first aid to Pink before first responders took him to a local hospital for treatment. He was initially listed in critical condition, but later died. Police confirmed during 11:30 a.m. briefing at the scene. First responders also treated the victim, who they say had been assaulted. Neither officer were hurt during the shooting, police said. WFAA's Rebecca Lopez was there during the police update. She said police would not initially say whether police perceived Pink to be a threat before the shooting. The officers were being questioned at this time. Family members who spoke to Lopez and WFAA's Demon Fernandez at the scene said that Pink, who family said was a father of four, was known to police because of history of mental health. However, it's unclear if the officers who responded knew that. The family added that they were stunned by the shooting and wanted to know exactly what kind of threat he posed to officers. It's not equal force, Pink uncle said. A walking stick. He got to run up to you. You're fighting with bullets. That's distance. You're winning. You can't win against a gun. Why you can't just tase him, he added. That's the only thing I'm saying. Why you couldn't just tase him? One witness told WFAA on scene that they saw Pinkney with a walking stick. One of his family said he uses daily before the shooting. However, police would not say whether he had anything else beyond that. I'm gonna stop you right there. So it seems to me that the police contradicted themselves. At first, they said that he saw, Ashton Pink with a knife and a club. Now all of a sudden they said, however, read between the lines on this. Now they said that, however, police would not say whether he had anything else beyond that. But then you said that he had a knife and a club in his hand. Which is it? Let's continue. All I heard them say was, "Don't do it, don't do it." And then I heard the shots, said a resident. The resident, who asked we not identify her, said she was standing nearby when Ashton Pink was shot. She described hearing 4 shots fired and running to her balcony to see what was happening. WFAA asked whether officers were equipped with any non-lethal weapons like tasers. A Mesquite police spokesman said the department does not have tasers. It is optional whether police carry them. It's unknown whether the officers who fired had non-lethal weapons on them at the time of the shooting. So y'all, I'm going to stop you right there again. So in other words, they don't have tasers on them. So it seems to me the only option, the only last resort, the only resort was to shoot this man. So you mean to tell me that y'all don't have to, y'all don't have anything else to de-escalate the situation? I've seen stories of white suspects that have knives, that charge an officer with knives and still try to de-escalate the situation. So you're telling me that you cannot even de-escalate this situation, even though he has a walking stick in his hand, and you just shot him 4 times, killing him. Oh man. Local activists are calling for Mesquite police to release body cam footage of the situation in an effort for complete transparency. Police said that the footage is being reviewed at this time and will be released to the public later this week. Pink's family has retained civil rights attorney Justin Moore to represent them, according to a statement from Moore's firm. Moore claimed that witnesses had said the situation should have been a mental health welfare check. Unfortunately, the lack of proper response by the Mesquite Police Department ended in Ashton being shot and killed. The statement said, by all accounts, Ashton was not armed with a gun or a deadly weapon to justify the use of lethal force by officers on the scene. My office is committed to investigate any and all civil rights claims for Ashton's family, while demanding full transparency in any and all investigation that will be conducted by law enforcement going forward. Meanwhile, both officers have been placed on administrative leave, aka vacation time, with pay while the investigation continues. They have 72 hours to give a statement about what happened. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the WFAA ABC 8 article. I've been doing stories of police-involved shootings, whether a person's armed or unarmed, black people, for years. And you're telling me that the police trying to contradict themselves, said we don't even know he has something else in his hand. But then early they said that he had a knife and a club in his hand. And family members and witnesses say he only has a walking stick. So it seems to me this is a continuation of a young man, a black man, black woman, or black children, or black people as a whole being killed by the hands of the police. And a lot of people, some people will say, why? Well, they shouldn't call the police if he has suffered from mental illness. But y'all, this is a continuation of all of this. Whether he had mental illness or not, the police, again, should have de-escalated the situation. And unfortunately, they didn't even do that. And we just talk about, that's what I'm saying. The situations like this should have been avoided. And they keep killing us. One by one by one. This is the continuation of an anti-black war or anti-black violence that's occurring to our community. And this to me is just completely unacceptable. So y'all let me know what you think about this. I mean, y'all, again, when is enough enough? They keep killing us for no apparent reason. And again, they said this is a domestic violence call. And all of a sudden, it shows that they say he had a knife. And this is what the police said, that he had a knife and a club in his hand. It turns out he has a walking stick. Wow. Y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. Rest in peace, Ashton Pink. This is Lionsden signing off. Deuces.